Hey everyone, my name's Alex Kutcher, and today we're diving back into the world of tattoo styles. In this episode, we're going to talk about styles like watercolor, botanical, geometric, graphic, engraving, and sketch. I'll tell you where these styles come from, what makes them different, and why people sometimes confuse them. Make sure to stick around till the end, and drop a comment if you think I missed something or got anything wrong. Let's go. All right. Let's start with a tricky one. A lot of people mix up engraving and graphic styles. But what's the actual difference? The word engraving comes from the idea of carving or cutting something to make a raised image. Basically, it's a form of printmaking, where the final image is made by stamping a carved surface. And to get a clean stamp, you need lines, dots, and solid areas. No smooth shading or gradients. Ever seen one of those old-school document stamps? That's the vibe. Engraving tattoos try to mimic that same sharp, high-contrast style. You technically could do shadows with tiny dots, but the artist would go crazy trying to carve all that. Here's an example of what an engraving-style tattoo looks like. And yeah, I know someone's gonna comment like, well, the text part is engraving too, but what I'm showing here is more of a medieval engraving art turned into a tattoo. Now, the second you start adding shadows next to the lines, boom. That tattoo moves over into the graphic style. So what's graphic in the tattoo world? It's about lines, strokes, and shapes, all popping against a clean background. That contrast gives it character. Let me keep it simple. Graphic tattoos are usually black and gray or black and white, made with line work, dots, fills, and soft shading. The end result looks light, clean, and balanced. Ideally, the artist uses techniques like whip shading, whip lining, or dot work, so the shadows end up looking like pencil sketching, which is super cool. Now here's something that might surprise you. In our part of the world, watercolor is just another subgenre of fine art, but in places like the East, everything artistic is pretty much considered watercolor by default. So here comes the controversial style, watercolor tattoos. And I'll be honest, this is a tricky one. If it's done wrong, you might end up looking like a zombie. There are a few versions of watercolor tattoos. Type 1, full-on water splash. No outlines, super soft colors, kind of dreamy with high contrast and pale backgrounds. I call these temporary tattoos because they don't really have a clear structure. Once they heal, you might look like you were either sick or in a fight. Not cute. Type 2, soft but defined. Still has that blurred watercolor feel, but the contrast is solid and the photos are honest. This can look beautiful. If from a meter away it doesn't just look like a smudge. Type 3, patchwork or mosaic watercolor. If the shapes are clear, the colors pop, and the whole thing reads well from a distance, you've got a winner. Type 4, line work plus watercolor splash. There's a strong outline and then a watercolor style splash behind it. The biggest challenge here is color choice. Pick the wrong one and it might look like a bruise. So yeah, maybe skip putting that under your eye. And the fifth, bold lines plus bright solid watercolor fill. If the artist is clean and precise, these tattoos look awesome and last forever. Just make sure you're not getting it done by someone who's gonna overwork your skin. All right, let's move on to botanicals. This tattoo style usually draws inspiration from old-school botanical illustrations. Think late 1800s, early 1900s textbooks. Some even go full Harry Potter potion book vibes with roots and all. It's often a mix of soft watercolor and clear, strong outlines. Now, a lot of people just copy these straight from books and call it a day, but real ones draw their own versions, and that's where the magic happens. Next up, sketch style. As you probably guessed, it's all about looking like a rough draft or sketch. Like the artist was mid-doodle and decided, you know what? Let's tattoo this. If it's done right, it looks super dope. Raw and real, but intentional. That brings us almost to line work. In the graphic world, line work tattoos are just clean, single-line images. Sometimes it's just one continuous line. Other times it's a few lines, but all crisp and smooth. No extra shading or fluff. Clean, simple, solid. And last but not least, geometry. This one's fun. Think lines, triangles, circles, squares, rectangles, hexagons. Put all that together and you've got geometric tattoos. Now, here comes the deep part, sacred geometry. Brace yourselves. If it's too much, feel free to dip. So Pythagoras, yeah, the triangle dude, believed sacred geometry was basically divine science. We're talking about proportions and shapes that reflect the structure of the universe itself. Ever heard of the golden ratio? Or the Fibonacci spiral? That's how seashells curl, how flowers bloom, how cauliflower clusters grow. It's legit nature's blueprint. Each shape has meaning. You can explain it through archetypes or cosmic vibes, whatever. The point is, you should understand what it means to you. Some people get a circle because they love minimalism. Others get the same circle with a brush stroke. That's Zen. I personally believe tattoos can influence your life. But if your tattoo artist looks like a wizard sitting in a crystal ball booth and tells you they'll draw your life diagram after chatting for 2 minutes, just make sure they open a new needle first, all right? And for those of you who are new here, heads up. Enrollment is now open for our online tattoo school. Our experienced artists will teach you everything, from how to work with colors to how to master your chosen style. In just a short time, you'll be confident with your machine and ready to tattoo in the style you love. To sign up, just fill out the short form. The link's in the video description and pinned comment. And the cherry on top? All our graduates get VIP status in the Tattoo Stars app, a massive global network for tattoo artists, studios, gear suppliers, and tattoo lovers. Connect, share your experiences, and stay up to date with your favorite artists. And for our awesome viewers, we've got a promo code for you. Activate it in-app, and your profile gets boosted to the top of search for 30 days. Plus, you can enter online tattoo battles for free and maybe even win Best Tattoo Artist. Promo code and app links are in the description. One last thing. I really do believe you can find a tattoo that fits you, or at least get pointed in the right direction. But if your artist is giving off serious fortune teller vibes, maybe take a day to think it over. All right, that's it from me, but not from Tattoo Styles. New episodes are on the way, so don't miss out. Hit the bell, drop a like, subscribe. You know the drill. Catch y'all later.